Miami é conhecida como a cidade mais latina dos Estados Unidos. Localizada na ensolarada Flórida, Miami é um centro vibrante de cultura, arte e gastronomia. Com uma população diversificada e influências culturais de todo o mundo hispânico, Miami é famosa por suas praias deslumbrantes, vida noturna agitada e arquitetura art deco única. Seu clima tropical e animação fazem dela um destino turístico popular para pessoas de todo o mundo. Em Miami, você encontrará uma mistura fascinante de idiomas, comidas deliciosas como a culinária cubana, colombiana e venezuelana, e uma energia contagiante que reflete a paixão latina.
When heading to a city as popular as this, it pays to know your way around. Welcome to Mojo Travels, and today we're presenting you with our traveler's guide to exploring Miami. Are you a fan of our videos? For this list, we're highlighting some of the most interesting, vibrant, and exciting areas, neighborhoods, and parks in and around Miami. Miami Beach. The Magic City can be a bit overwhelming to the uninitiated. Most people have heard about the iconic areas we'll be talking about today, but understanding how they actually fit together is a different story entirely, as many of the most popular areas are actually districts or neighborhoods within larger but equally well-known ones. Case in point, though few outsiders realize it, Miami Beach is technically a city in its own right, occupying both natural and man-made barrier islands and separated by the city of Miami by Biscayne Bay. Miami Beach actually encompasses a number of the areas, districts, and neighborhoods we'll be discussing today. This is actually where many people will want to spend the majority of their time, particularly sun seekers and those looking for the classic beach vacation. South Beach. Miami Beach can effectively be broken down into three sections: North Beach, Mid Beach, and South Beach. North Beach is the least touristy, skewing more residential. It's slower paced and more diverse. Mid Beach is, much like its name suggests, a transitional point that is nonetheless worth a visit, especially the Faena district. All that being said, South Beach, which, like the name suggests, occupies the southernmost section of Miami Beach, is where most visitors are going to be headed. And with good reason. South Beach, or SoBe for short, begins south of Dade Boulevard and is the cultural and nightlife hub of Miami Beach. The streets are packed with restaurants, bars, clubs, and retailers, and the area is very pedestrian and bike-friendly. If you're looking for that Miami Beach energy as depicted in pop culture, this is where you'll find it. The Art Deco Historic District. Last, but most certainly not least in our Russian nesting doll that began with Miami Beach, is this area of architectural wonder and old-school charm. The Art Deco Historic District, which encompasses Miami's famous Ocean Drive, is one of the biggest draws to South Beach, second only perhaps to the shoreline itself. Bordered by the Atlantic Ocean, 6th Street, Alton Road, Dade Boulevard, and Collins Canal, this beautiful district is home to 960 historic buildings, making it the highest concentration of structures in the Art Deco style found anywhere in the nation. The South Beach area first experienced a development boom in the 1920s, the Art Deco movement taking off in the 30s. Today, the distinctive architectural style gives the historic district a vintage feel, making the nightlife feel like not just a party, but one that takes travelers back in time. Downtown Miami. Though technically limited to the central business district, downtown Miami has come to encompass the entirety of the city center under the umbrella of the greater downtown Miami area. This includes the Arts and Entertainment District, the Historic District, and the Government Center. Downtown Miami proper is a unique blend of old and new, skyscrapers from various decades sharing the same space. It not only makes for an interesting skyline, but also allows visitors to trace the city's history of development and growth. Though it lagged in the 80s, the area has made a major comeback as a cultural hub, in no small part thanks to the opening of various museums, modern bars, nightlife destinations, and music venues. Also, be sure to check out Bayfront Park, a 32-acre public urban park perfect for a relaxing stroll, day or evening. Brickell. Just south of the Central Business District, separated by the Miami River, lies Brickell, one of Miami's busiest, trendiest, and most important neighborhoods. Once upon a time, Brickell was the millionaire's row of Miami, home to a wide assortment of opulent mansions and private homes. Over the decades, however, the mansions have been replaced with high-rises, as it's slowly but surely taken over as the city's central hub of all things business. It's actually the most densely populated and fastest-growing neighborhood in the city, earning it the nickname Manhattan of the South. If you've got the cash, stay in one of the luxury hotels, or visit destination restaurants like Zuma, Komodo, or Obra Kitchen Table. Shopaholics will definitely want to check out Brickell City Center, a veritable shopper's paradise. Little Havana. Looking to get away from the beach for a bit, but fine dining, upscale cocktail bars, and modern architecture aren't really your thing? Little Havana is the answer. Home to a substantial Cuban population, Little Havana is the place to go for great music and even better food, at a fraction of the price of the more upscale eateries you find in Brickell or downtown Miami. A cultural center known for its festivals, cultural days, and parades, Little Havana is a guaranteed good time. People from all across Latin America similarly seem to have been drawn to the neighborhood, making the area's cultural offerings notably diverse. In short, the neighborhood is big in terms of personality, but it's also one of the warmest and most inviting parts of Miami. Southwest 8th Street, better known as Calle Ocho, is the heart of Little Havana, so much so that it's sometimes used to refer to the entire neighborhood. Everglades National Park. Before continuing our tour of Miami, let's take a short trip outside the city to appreciate some of the unique surrounding natural beauty. The Everglades National Park covers 1.5 million acres, and this protected portion of tropical land is the largest of its kind in the country, receiving anywhere between 500,000 to 1 million visitors each year. Here, you can take a walk along the Anhinga Trail, climb the observation tower to get a bird's-eye view of the pristine wilderness, bike through the pinelands, or even go out by boat or kayak and possibly spot some of the local wildlife up close. Given its massive size, Everglades National Park could keep you busy for your entire vacation. But given that it's conveniently located within an hour of Miami, it makes for a perfect day trip. Coral Gables. Technically, Coral Gables is its own distinct city, with a population of approximately 50,000 people, but located just 4 miles from the Miami International Airport, and a 20-minute drive to the heart of downtown, or 30 minutes to South Beach, it really just feels like a part of Miami. Known as the City Beautiful, Coral Gables lives up to its reputation. The streets are lined with trees and gorgeous homes, and the entire city is very pedestrian-friendly. Here, you'll find the Fairchild Tropical Botanic Garden, the iconic Venetian Pool, Coral Gables Farmers Market, the Miracle Mile Shopping Street, museums, and countless other reasons to visit. Key Biscayne and Crandon Park. Key Biscayne is an island off the coast of Miami, connected to the city by the Rickenbacker Causeway. While the neighboring islands that make up Miami Beach have been heavily developed, large sections of Key Biscayne remain protected space, and even the middle section, which is home to the town of Key Biscayne, maintains a more modest, less developed, laid-back charm. Recent years have seen the construction of some condos and hotels, but even so, the vibe remains distinct. The southernmost third of Key Biscayne is dedicated to Bill Baggs Cape Florida State Park, while Crandon Park occupies a large portion of the north. The latter is an urban park with various spaces for activities, not to mention Crandon Park Beach, which is easily one of Miami's best. Coconut Grove. Miami's oldest neighborhood, the extremely walkable Coconut Grove has a distinctly bohemian and more relaxed vibe to it. That being said, come nighttime, you will never be at a loss for something to do. The bars and lounges still know how to party. It's been described as, quote, an artist village in the jungle. And even as Coconut Grove continues to develop, the abundance of greenery makes it so that this holds true even against the onslaught of modernity. This area has a lot of character, something that becomes instantly apparent